a brighter day, just you and me. Who remembers that song? I guess if you're under 40, you probably don't remember it, unless you've gotten to your parents' 8-tracks or cassettes or what have you. I think it was like 84. That was We Are the World. Now, with this video, besides shattering your eardrums, I want to point out that everything has a great tune, great everything, great singers, great this, great that, great message. 100% of that money went to feed children. How can that not be greater? But I'm going to show you. That song was about the most demonic song that was out there and still is. What am I talking about? Well, let's just talk about this a bit. We Are the World. Do you remember this? This was Ethiopia. And it was USA for Africa. And this had a lot of singers. There was a lot of kids. This is when cable first came out. Cable and satellite TV first came out to the counties, and a lot of news organizations started popping up. And this was a heart tug bit piece that everybody jumped onto, and for a good reason. It was famine and civil war and civil unrest, and they would show all these children out in Africa looked like little dolls with skin just hanging on to them, just clinging on them. It would show pictures of parents and children dying or dead on the side of the road. So all these singers, Lionel Richie, Paul Simon, Michael Jackson, Billy Joel, Diana Ross, Diana Warwick, Willie Nelson, Kenny Rogers, and a whole bunch of others. I'm sure if you YouTube it, you can get reference to it. But anyway, there was all these singers, and all this money went to it. Now, how can I tell you this is demonic? This is the whole point of the video. You need to be careful and discern. The stuff you watch on TV, the stuff you listen to, the stuff you sing, the stuff you see on the internet will pull stuff in that you don't want. It will push God back and pull other stuff in that you don't want or you don't need. Now, if you pull up the lyrics for this USA for Africa, We Are the World, most renditions of this has Michael Jackson singing this part. Others have Willie Nelson singing this part. If you go down to the 4th verse, I think that's right. Yeah, 4th verse. I'll read it to you and see if you can find the flaw. We'll send them your harvest, or scratch that. We'll send them your heart so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free, as God has shown us by turning stone to bread, and so we all must lend a helping hand. Did you get it? Did you hear it? It's the as God has shown us by turning stone to bread. And it's got this God as a big G. As God has shown us turning stone to bread. Now, where in the Bible do we have somebody turning stone into bread? Well, you can find that in the temptation of Jesus. Mark and Luke and so forth. Let's just pull up Mark 1, talking about Jesus going out into the wilderness, fasted 40 days, 40 nights. He was very hungry. And let's start at 3. And when the tempter, which would be Satan, came to him, he said, If thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. That is your only reference in the whole Bible. And Jesus rebuked him. But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. So he rebuked them on that. But the only example you got of somebody wanting stones made into bread is Satan. I am so mad at my grade school, my elementary school, for making me sing this. And I'm so mad at the little Methodist church my grandmother took me to that made me sing this. Every school had children singing this. Every church was singing this. And it is the worst demonic song out there, blatantly demonic. And you had everybody loving it. This is how crafty the devil is. Everybody loved it. We are the world t-shirts, we are the world sun visors, we are the world bumper stickers. Everywhere, we are the world. Everybody loved it. Everybody was singing the song. But they did not have enough gumption up here to realize who they were giving glory to, which God they were singing about. Was it a catchy song? Yes, it was a catchy song. Was it good? Yes, you had big name, big producers, big singers, big artists in it. So it's good. It's a good song. Did it go for a good cause? Yes, it did. Feeding hungry, starving children is a great cause. But it was pure demonic evil. You sing that song, and you sing about God turning stones into bread. You're not singing, giving praise to God in heaven. You're giving praise to God of the earth, Satan, little g, God of the earth. So, and you gotta be careful. No, everybody jumped on the We Are the World bandwagon in the day. So now you got all that. You're bombarded with all this electronic poo on your television, on your computer, on your radio, every form of media out there. You need to listen to the lyrics, people, before you start singing the song. Oh, I do that. Well, chances are you don't. My husband is the world's worst. If you look, wrong way, right here, you'll see a jukebox. I bought that from my husband as a gift. And we put a lot of old country songs on it, a lot from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. And we loved it. And Jean would be sitting there singing the song and just getting into it. And I'll be like, Jean, you know that Mel Tilla song about horse and saddle is talking about man and woman having sex. And he's like, no, it's not. It's like, listen to the words. So, and he'd be shocked. He'll sing it. He knew the words. He was singing it. But it kind of gets you in that hypnotic state, and you really just don't realize it. So, if it's wrapped up in pretty packaging, it can still be demonic, and you sing this stuff, you're going to let them in. You're going to let stuff in. Also, people, the reason I'm pointing this out is you need to be aware of stuff out here. If it doesn't give glory to God, it's probably giving glory to something else. So, just be aware of stuff like that. I know a lot of Christians out there are not aware of it. Hey, we wasn't aware of it in the 80s. Of course, I was a kid. But I doubt a lot of people were aware of it. But that's just one example, and the reason I point it out is everybody loved that song. Everybody jumped on the bandwagon, making their children sing it. So just be aware that that is a possibility, and it can happen. So that's another reason. Make sure you read your Bibles. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known about that temptation of Christ and the stones into bread thing. So anyway, just read your Bibles and just be mindful of stuff that's out there.